Hey everyone, I'm back! It's the Black Anime Guy, and I just got back from seeing Just Go With It, starring Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. And I rather enjoyed this movie. Now, the basic premise of the movie is it tells the story of Danny Maccabee, a guy who uses a wedding ring to pick up chicks and telling them that he has an abusive and unfulfilling wife. He does this so that he doesn't fall in love and get heartbroken by a woman ever again, until he meets a girl by the name of Palmer at a party. The two hit it off and things were going well until she discovered a wedding ring inside Danny's pocket. Hoping to hide the fact that he uses wedding rings to pick up chicks, he tells Palmer that he recently got a divorce from his wife, leading Palmer to want to meet her. He then goes to his best friend slash co-worker Catherine Murphy for assistance to help play off his divorce. These then lead to a series of lies that continue to escalate as the movie goes on. Now, unlike most people, I enjoy Adam Sandler movies. I find them really funny and entertaining. I don't really hate them too much. I don't expect something big, okay? I don't go to an Adam Sandler movie and say, oh, this is going to be some kind of Oscar contender right here. This is going to be a movie that makes me think. No, I go to see an Adam Sandler movie to laugh my ass off. And I laughed my ass off in this movie. Yes, there were some bad parts, and trust me, there's a lot in this movie, but it didn't really take too much away from how much I really enjoyed it. Now let's talk about the pros of this movie. And there are some big pros. First, it's the comedy. The comedy in this movie was really funny, really good, and I thought it played off really well in the movie. There were some laugh out loud moments, there were some chuckle moments, and there was like, oh my god, that's really funny moments. There's also some awkward funny moments. Yeah, you gotta throw those in. Next, I want to talk about the chemistry between Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Their chemistry in this movie was great. They played off each other with jokes, and it was very hilarious. There's a scene in the movie where they're just ranking on each other, and it's so hilarious. And they just had a really great chemistry in this movie. I felt like, yes, it's believable. It's not like a forced chemistry. It's believable. These two are very good comedic actors, so it kind of worked between each other. And then next, I want to talk about the kids. The kids in this movie were great, and one stood out between the two. There were only two, but the one that stood out was Bailey Madison, this little girl in the movie. I can tell this little girl, she is a future Oscar. She portrays a lot of characteristics. She emotes really well, got a great facial expression, is very expressive. I can see her definitely becoming an Oscar winner or an Oscar contender in the near future. Once she hits like her teens, when she develops her acting skills a little more. But she's bound to do something great, I can tell. And now to get to the part that everyone knows. Bam! Yeah. Brooklyn Decker in this movie, her first movie, she is hot. I ain't gonna lie. She is hot. She is sexy. She is fine. She's that hot girl. She's kind of clueless to the situation, but she plays her part very well. And she is hot in this movie. But you know what? Though she's hot, I have to give it to Jennifer Aniston. She stole it. Like, the scenes where Jennifer Aniston shows off her body, wow. She puts Brooklyn Decker into the dust. I'm not kidding. You think that, oh, it's Jennifer Aniston, she's old. No, dude. She puts her to shame in this movie, and it's funny, too. Jennifer Aniston is so smoking hot in this movie. It's amazing to see her. She still is in shape. She still has a beautiful face. She's just totally beautiful in this movie, and kind of goes above Brooklyn Decker, even though Brooklyn Decker is hot. I ain't gonna lie. And now to get to the cons, and boy, are there a lot. It didn't take away from my enjoyment of the movie, but it just really irritated me. Let's get to the first con. First con being that the first 15 minutes in this movie was really dull. It was very rushed. Like, they'll have like a 2-minute scene, then they cut to another 2-minute scene, and then they cut to like a 5-minute scene, and then they cut to a 2-minute scene again. Rush, 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 rush. It didn't give us time to breathe, and I didn't like that. I was like, slow down. Give us some time to know this character, to like this character. And then later on it slows down, of course. But one of the biggest cons for me in this movie was this one character who plays the cousin of Adam Sandler. And he's very annoying. And not even in a funny way. He's just super annoying. Like, some of the jokes he tells, he's kind of like that cousin that tells like a perverted joke. And you're like, that was funny. Not really. He wasn't as funny as I wanted him to be. I thought he was going to be hilarious, and he wasn't. And then later on in the movie, he pulls off like a terrible German accent, and it was like, oh, stop talking, stop talking. I did not enjoy it at all. He wasn't the only character I couldn't stand. There was this couple who was, the girl was some sort of rival to Jennifer Aniston's character, and they kept trying to one-up Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. She was a bitch. And her husband was a douche. I didn't like them at all. They were not likable, and I felt nothing for them. Also in this movie, they tried to mix like the 80s beats with the recent songs of today, like trying to mix it together, and it just sounded so terrible. I found it very annoying, and they do it like 4 times in the movie. I'm like, stop doing that. Just play a good, like a normal song. Stop mixing the 80s with the 2000s. Just play a normal song. It sounded really terrible. Also, the lies in this movie get really repetitive and are really dumb. They're so dumb that a normal person would pick up on these lies like in an instant. Here's how a scene would go in this movie. You want to tell me what this ring was doing in your pocket, huh? I found this in your pocket. What is this ring, huh? This looks like a wedding ring. Oh, that's not my ring. It's actually well, actually, it is my ring. But the truth is, I actually just got through a divorce with my ex-wife, Margaret. Yeah, she was so abusive to me, and she was so mean, and so we just decided to go our different ways, you know. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. Maybe I should meet her sometime. What do you think? Oh, yeah. Well, actually, she moved to Utah. Yeah, she converted back to Mormonism, so she didn't like being Catholic anymore. So she's living it up in Utah right now. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. I mean, I would like to meet her now. I guess we'll try to find another time, huh? I don't understand. A normal person would be able to pick up on that lie right away, but for some reason, Palmer's character does not pick up on it at all. And it's just so stupid. The one thing that really irritated me about this movie was the ending. The ending felt so tacked on and so rushed. It was like, wow, really? That's the ending? That was a slap to my face. Yeah, I saw the ending coming, but like it was just like this big rushed ending. I didn't like how it was executed. It was executed very terribly. Overall, I will say that this movie is okay. And yes, there were some irritations, but it didn't ruin the movie too much for me. I recommend this movie to people who are dating or are about to date, or someone that you really like, you could take to this movie. This movie was made for those of you who want to take someone on a date. This is a date movie. And it's for Valentine's Day. I mean, it's obvious. This movie made me create a new rating, and that rating is that I give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not great, but it's a rather enjoyable movie. Anyway, this is the Black Anime Guy. If you like this video, please subscribe. Maybe put a comment. Tell me what you thought of the movie if you saw it. And I will see you all later. Peace, YouTube.